Hello, everyone. Good morning. Well, as we're really getting into winter here, I can't believe we're coming up on the third week in November, and there's a lot going on, a lot in the air, and we're starting to go into winter. We have one more month, and we really usher in a time into winter. And I'm going to start by just spraying myself with some Archangel Metatron. Love the smell of that. Okay. Create sacred space for all of us. And I want you to get ready and start thinking about what are the things that you need to complete. What are the things that have to be done before we start the new year? And you might say, well, we're only in November. But guess what? Another month and we're going to be shifting, getting ready to go right into winter solstice and everything else. So it's important that we remember that this is a time that everything's been a little bit crazy, and with everything going on and the new energies coming in already, I feel like there's a lot coming in for the new year, and this is time for us to pay attention to these new energies. So as we enter in a time of preparing for the winter, it's time to hunker down. It's time to go within. It's time to see what needs your attention. Just like in the springtime when the weather's changing seasons and, getting ready to go into a beautiful season of summer, we have things that we visit them. We look at, oh, what do I need to do for my car, and what needs to happen, and what needs to happen for my body. Well, now we're going into another season change real soon, and we want to look at, is there anything else I need to do to be ready for winter? For December, January, and February, what do I need to prepare for? Is everything where it needs to be outside? How's my car running? Asking ourselves, what are the things that need to be looked at as we move into the new energies? And we already know that winter is a time of deep reflection, of really shutting down. And I always take a week off in right before Christmas, because I kind of want to go within myself, and I really want to use the time wisely to look at, and I bring this to you as well, whether you do it now or right before the first of the year, really looking at, what have I accomplished this year? Look at, under this difficult time that we had, what is it that you still accomplished? You still move forward. And I would look at every area of your life. What were my health goals that I set for myself this year? And did I accomplish any? And if I accomplished some of them, what were they? Okay? We tend to look at the list that's, half empty instead of half full. Instead of, wow, okay, even in the midst of COVID and everything else, I still accomplished this. So I'm very proud of myself in health, because my whole focus for the year has been health, coming out of the concussion and everything else, and, joining Weight Watchers to lose weight and all of this, just getting into that place. So that in itself was wonderful. As long as I'm going in that direction and not up with the weight, I'm happy. So then we also have to look at health as well-being as well. Am I peaceful? How's my stress levels? And I've checked all of this year. I don't know if you have, but I've been on top of that. And then we go to relationships, not just how I relate to others, but how do I relate to myself? What am I doing with the energy of me and me? Checking in, have I been more compassionate with myself? Have I been more loving? Whatever it is, patient. And then bringing it to others, your friends, your coworkers, your family, your loved one, your significant other, if you have one, all of that. And then looking at life purpose. Have I gotten a step closer to what I'm trying to create for my purpose in life? And then career. where am I at with that? That's always my ACE it, life purpose and career, because I love what I do. I love all of you. And I'm so grateful that I do that. But in the meantime, that scale was like, woo, way up here, and the health was way down here in the weight. So, bringing things, or being aware of bringing things into balance. And then the last one is, do you have the time you want? Have you been taking time to do the things that you love, that you may not necessarily get paid for, but what are those things that you want to do with your time? And then also looking at money. How are you doing financially? Now, this year, again, many people were stuck. Many people may have lost that part. But guess what? They may have gained another part from going inward and their spiritual side. So really take inventory and get prepared and start thinking in advance of what is going to go on next year. There's lots of people that don't set goals. And, as a life coach, goals are important. If we don't write it clearly as if it's already happening, if we don't get to express that, whatever it is, we are not going to accomplish it. The only way we accomplish our goals is to write it out, to say it every day, to take action steps in the direction of our dreams. So I want you to already be thinking about what that might be for 2021. I can't believe it. Just even saying that is like, oh my God, 2021. Okay, so we're going to move on to pulling the cards for the week, starting with Wisdom of the Oracle. So for the third week of November. And I'm going to do something a little bit differently today. I'm just pulling the cards and interpreting. I may read some of them out of the books, but I want to interpret these myself. So the first one is co-create. And this card has an egg with a owl on a tightrope and a lynx sitting above on a sacred site. And then we have happy, happy with a child self with balloons. And the last one is serendipity with some kind of fairy reaching out for a clover, 4-leaf clover. All from Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette. All right, so as I look at this, I'm just going to say, Spirit, just show me what you want me to see about this third week in November. So it's kind of interesting because what I tune into on the first card is the giant egg, co-create. This giant egg that's saying, that you are going to create, whether you're conscious of it or not. You'll either create consciously or unconsciously. So if you don't make a decision, that is a decision. So with this card, this week is about starting to think, just like I just said, this is about starting to think where you might want to go in the new year and start to think about what you want to co-create. And I feel like the owl has the wisdom. We have the egg underneath, and the egg has a little face on it. And then we have the owl above it, like the wisdom coming down. And you have lynx. And lynx is a very unique animal, and it's just guarding and sitting and looking here. So I feel like lynx is the witness. And then happy, happy feels like, where do you take time for yourself? The inner child. Take time to do whatever makes you happy. And didn't we just talk about that? She's got balloons, she's celebrating, and it's really important to celebrate our wins along the way. And then we have serendipity, and, pay attention to those signals that the universe is giving you this week. Signals might be go this way, or change course, or course correct. The little fairy with the 4-leaf clover says, you can do this. You already got this. So that feels very, very important to me. Okay. The next one is from the Divine Dog Wisdom Cards by Barbara Horn and Randy Crucher. Forget it, I got to put them down. They're too big. I can't even shuffle them like that. I feel like I want to pull 2 cards from this deck. Okay, so very interesting. The first card we got is vulnerability, the strength to show yourself. And it's a dog with its legs wide open on its back with its belly exposed. Hope you can see that with the glare of the light. And then the next card is a dog showing its teeth. It says anger, feel the heat, then turn it down. So to me, putting these 2 cards together for the week is that it's important to be vulnerable. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. To me, it's a strength. Because if you believe you're protected, if you believe you have your guidance, it's okay to feel open-hearted or to be in that space. But then you've got anger. So many of us light workers only do the sad part. We don't do mad. And this is, to me, giving us permission to feel what we're feeling and then be willing to let it go. Being vulnerable means feeling everything, but then letting it go. We don't have to go towards the person and yell and whatever, or not take it personal. We can see, okay, I was shown this for a reason. And then how do I let the anger come up without addressing it directly with the person, just letting those feelings come up and then moving beyond it? So it looks like an interesting week coming. Then I go into Wisdom of Avalon, and I feel like I want 2 cards from this. Well, there it is. All right, never mind. We have 3. They hopped out. The first one is we got 4. Wow, that's interesting. First card is disruption. And it shows like a flood. Yeah, definitely. Water that's out of control. And I don't know why, but this could be something physically symbolic, like something happens in the world, an earth change, that, we've had fire, maybe floods now, something with that. If it's not literal, it could be the emotional component of where everybody's at. We are still on the tails of the election, and so all that energy is going to go somewhere. The next card is forgiveness. And this card just feels like, okay, we have to do some cleanup here around everything that's happened. Where can we let go? Can we forgive ourselves for what we've created that perhaps was not what we wanted to create in the world in terms of who we are? Then we have trust, which is wonderful. That you're on a path and you don't know where you're going, but you have to trust the process. And for this, I take that to the bigger picture of things. All the political scene, we don't know where we're going as a world, but we have to trust that we're on this path together. And the last card is joy. Isn't it interesting? It went through disruption, forgiveness, trust, and then joy. So knowing that we will find our joy again as long as we trust and go through the motions of everything. The next one I think I'm going to read the next two decks. So the next one for the third week in November. I wanted 3 with these. Okay. So this one is Confront Your Opposite Polarity. What a beautiful card. It's got a stag here with a hawk and a beautiful goddess in her garb standing in front. She's an earth goddess in front of a tree, and it says confront your opposite polarity. So we've already been told that we have vulnerability and anger, and then disruption that we have to forgive. So whatever that shadow part in us, and remember, the world's a stage. So whoever's agitating us right now, whether it's in your own personal life or whether it's in the bigger arena of things, is just there to push us through some times that we've never traveled through before. And then the next card is a deep secret will come to light. And it says Rosalind Remembrance. And these cards are from England, but they're England and Scottish things on here. And it's a beautiful goddess that is kneeling on one of the stairs in Rosalind Temple down in the lower level. And I'll show you the card. Love this. Rosalind, if any of you have watched Da Vinci Code, Rosalind is the last church they ended up with in, and it is amazing. I've been to Rosalind, and I've been on this stair, which I never read anything about it, but when I was in there and I was climbing the stairs in the cellar where they have the sacred part, one of the sacred parts there, I felt like there was an underground tunnel or there was some kind of secret passageway on one of the stairs that led, like where the Knights Templars would meet. And then I get this deck, and I am going to read you this one. It gave me validation. Take special care in how much you reveal, the way it is brought out into the open. Consider the impact of knowledge will have on others and what they may do with the information. Just before I read this, what's coming to mind is we may find out more information from one of the candidates in the election. There may be more of a, what do I want to say, smudge campaign to bring out some more secrets or whatever. So women here were key figures throughout the history of Rosalind Chapel. There were female Templars, sometimes called Daughters of Sion or Templar nuns, who shared the secrets of the Templars and their rites. In the painting, a Lady Templar sits over her time-worn steps leading to the vaults of Rosalind. That's what I felt there. She sits patiently and waiting for the time when the secrets will be revealed and known to the world. A small vault cavity is beneath her. It emits a powerful energy that can still be felt today. Sadly, the steps have now been made level with cement. I don't know about that because there were stairs when I was there. Some 12 feet under the foundation in the main vault, which is sealed like an Egyptian tomb. Here in the musty darkness are the treasures brought from the Holy Land. Well, what I would say to that was there might have been other steps under it, but I definitely was on a stair that I was tuned into, that something was going on below there. And then the other one is explore other realms. And it looks like St. Joseph of Arimathea with his olive branch here. No, it's not an olive branch. I forgot what the tree was that got cut. The holy thorn tree got cut down, and there's an eagle above. Okay, so explore other realms. So to me, this means that during the week, if something does shed light on it, it may be true, it may not be true, but they're saying explore other realms. Sit with it first, see if it feels right, and then go higher. Ask for guidance on what you're feeling around this. And then the last deck is a crystal deck by Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. My hands, the smallest part of me doesn't want to go around these. Whoa, came flying out. And we're going to take one more. Well, I'm not going to take these because about 5 of them fell out. But let me, for some reason, I wanted to go to the one on the bottom. So I'm going to take that one. Okay. So the 2 I got was Beryl. I think that's how you say it. B-E-R-Y-L. Look at that beautiful crystal green. Nice and see-through. It's beautiful. And calcite. So for these, I'm going to read. Oh, thank God, they're in alphabetical. All right, it says resolution, stress reduction, potential new possibilities. That's Beryl. An ongoing problem or dilemma will soon be reached in an unexpected way. As a consequence, your stress levels and anxiety will decrease. Through this, exciting new pathways open for you and you discover new possibilities for your life. As this current situation is resolved, you will simultaneously and subconsciously let go of a past regret or guilt that has only served to sabotage the creative possibilities that have been available for you for quite some time. It is time for you to shine. Open your heart and you'll see the unlimited potential that resides within you. And we always know that when you get green or pink, it relates to the heart chakra. So an opening occurring. That's awesome. And then calcite. Energy, vitality, enhanced memory, study, communication, and expansion. Your energy levels are on the increase, and you will soon feel a newfound sense of vitality and enthusiasm for life. An evening new venture is in store. You will find yourself communicating your ideas and feelings to others with clarity and certainty. People will pay attention and will want to be part of your venture. Calcite's also about the expanded awareness which stems from knowledge, study, and learning. This magical crystal will assist you in your studies and enhance your memory. It will also help you put your knowledge to good use in ways that expand the possibilities for your life. So again, that feels like the collective to me. We're healing our hearts from everything that's gone on during this whole election time and COVID time, and then calcite, new opportunities that will come out of it. So just a recap of all of this. We have a lot here, looking at what the next step is to co-create, taking a break to do something you love, paying attention to the synchronicities and the signals the universe has, being vulnerable enough to do your feelings, but if anger comes up, let it up and out and move on. Disruption, if there's any disruptions that happen, we need to see it just as something that happens in that moment and be able to forgive and trust that the joy will come back to us. And then we're going to look at our opposite polarity and know that there's going to be secrets that come to the forefront, and we'll explore other realms for them. And then working with healing your heart and new opportunities. I thank you so much, and I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye for now.